chain, man. It's pretty.
Thank you.
It's pretty awesome.
It's just a little chain. My name's Kamari. I'm number 3, and then my family, my mom, my dad, and myself, all 3 of our names start with the letter K. So it's 3 of us, and it goes by K3.
Kirby, you mentioned, he sat in on your skull session talking about your mom and your wife. Just tell us what has your mom meant to you and giving you
I really wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my mom, all the sacrifices and the things that she's done, just to better me and to put me in the position that I am today. I'm forever grateful for my mom, and, there's nobody in this world that I love more than my mom.
How often do you think about her getting you where you're at and all that kind of stuff while you're on?
Probably every time I step out on the field, before, I say my prayers, and, I'm just thankful for the people who got me here, and obviously my mom's at the top of the list.
A lot of talented guys on your defense. What does it mean for you to be here and be representing them?
It's a blessing. It's an honor as well, just to be here representing my team and my teammates, my family, and my coaches. It's an honor, and, I take it very seriously.
What are you looking to improve on this year?
Honestly, I'm just really honing in on my technique, just trying to be technically sound at all phases of my game, whether it's press man, off coverage, whatever it is, I just want to be technically sound.
Last year, so much of the story around your guys' defense was having replacing you guys off that 2021 team. So many of you guys back this year. What are you guys sort of looking to improve entering this 2022 season?
I think really what we're just trying to, showcase is that we're a hungry team, that we're trying to get off the floor this season.
This offseason has not been most pleasant. Has that affected you guys amongst the team? The headlines coming out on the
The negative press hasn't really affected us within, we've been trying to keep the main thing. We're aware of the situations that have happened, and we understand that things needed to be changed, and we've had, player-led sessions, team meetings to, address the situations at hand.
As a Savannah native growing up with Nolan Smith, now with the departure of him, how do you see this team growing into that leadership role that he had? Do you see yourself becoming that leader on this team?
Nolan was a very vocal leader, a guy probably one of a kind. So, it's not just going to take myself. It's going to take a lot of guys, just to kind of replace that energy that he brought. But, we have a lot of guys that are doing a really good job of just trying to, bring energy just because now we have different kinds of energy. It's a lot of guys that are just bringing different kinds of energy. Where Nolan, he was that one guy who could just, light up a room, So it's just, just trying to bring different kinds of energies and just trying to feed off each other.
With a handful of players from South Georgia like Nolan Smith, yourself, Warren Brinson, how would you describe the amount of talent that comes out of that area?
I might be being biased, but I think that some of the best players in the country come out of South Georgia. So, I think that, down in South Georgia, that Savannah area and all the areas around it, that's where some of the best talent is.
Kirby talked about, that 2021 recruiting class where you guys aren't able to take visits and coaches aren't able to see you guys as much. What led you to pick Georgia when you didn't have necessarily as much information as a normal recruit would during that cycle?
Right. So whenever I was getting recruited, we had to do our visits and stuff via Zoom. So it was very tough, just trying to weed out, all the schools that you liked and the schools that you didn't really want to go to, and which coaches were being, real and which ones are, just talking, So it took a lot of prayer and a lot of talking with my family, but we decided that Georgia was the best fit for me. It felt more like home. All my family's from Georgia. All my mom, my dad, all my grandparents, and everyone's from Georgia. And so it was just like, why not come back home?
Kirby, take it back to sitting in those videos, though. Kirby talked about you really almost recruiting them as much as they were recruiting you.
Yeah, so when I was getting recruited, Georgia was one of the last schools that offered me, and me being from Georgia, I was like, well, what's up with these guys, because I had almost all the offers that I wanted except for Georgia, so I was like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to get this offer. So I was sending in, and I had to send in videos because I couldn't go and work out for them, so I was sending in, me working out, running 40s, doing all these drills, and I remember whenever I sent them in my video clip, they offered me like the next hour. So it's pretty surreal.
We'll have a trip to Neyland Stadium in Knoxville this year. What's your opinion on that environment? What are you looking forward to with that game?
The last time we went to Neyland, I remember it was in 2021, and they scored the first touchdown, and that stadium was rocking. So I know they're going to bring a lot of energy. That's going to be a really fun game. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you have any memories from guarding AD during your couple of years before you transferred out? And what are some of the highlights that you remember from playing against him every day?
Oh, AD's a great player. I had the luxury of guarding him, day in, day out, and we went to battle. We battled for probably 2 years, and he's a really good player, really shifty, really dynamic, really good catch radius, and overall just a really good player.
With your mom, a lot of guys have a wristband or write something on their cleats or something to keep those kind of things with them during the game. Do you have anything like that you do?
On my towel, my hand towel, I have it on my back, and before every game, I write on it for my people. And that just reminds me that that's what I'm playing for, just for my people back home.
The last 2 years, Keely's locked down that other cornerback spot. What have you seen from the other guys that might be fighting for that position opposite of you this year?
I just seen some guys that are just really hungry, guys that are really buying into the to the process, really just trying to do the extra mile, go the extra mile to get in extra work, learn the extra coverages, learn the intricacies of our defense and stuff like that. Guys that are hungry, that are willing to do things that most people wouldn't want to do to be able to play.
Does anyone in particular stick out to you?
It's just a bunch of guys that's just trying to just assert themselves and show that they're consistent and that they can play at a high level, not just one.
Mark, what do you know about the Chicago Bulls and their team? Have you heard about that this offseason?
I haven't really heard about that. I wasn't around whenever they were three-peating and stuff, so I haven't really delved into that.
As Kirby said, I guess you guys can relate more to that than like the Minnesota team back in the 30s.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them either. I just now heard of them recently today. Somebody told me about the Minnesota team.
What did you learn about the New Zealand team? That was
the All Blacks. So basically, we were studying them during the spring. We did like a 6-week study, and they're the most winningest team in sports ever. So we want to win at all costs. So we took a dive into them. We studied them during the spring, and we learned about how they were battling complacency. How they swept the sheds, and how they came up with the saying, "Better never rest." And just really mainly about battling complacency, putting your best foot forward every day and not taking anything for granted.